He's the director of Budhia Singh, Born to Run. Big round of applause. You're from Orissa. What was so special about Budhia's story that made you make this feature film?
Hi everyone.
You'll have to be a bit loud. Should be able to hear you.
Okay. Yeah. I think 2006 when I was started following my story, and and I was still an engineering student. You know how the news used to play out? Sachin scored 100 and Budhia scored yet ran another marathon. So it became with a lot of fascination, point of fascination, and how such a small kid could run such extraordinary distances and huge euphoria surrounding it. And then there was this, the man who was guiding the kid, and he had a huge backstory as well. A judo coach and a slum kid, and that whole thing was very dramatic and very interesting from that point of view. And since I'm from Odisha, so organically it came to me to cover this story. I think I thought I could bring out a new voice and fresh voice, which people otherwise wouldn't come to know on a national level.
Ajit, as a studio, Viacom 18 has backed remarkable films. Films that have a larger meaning, have brought superior cinema to audiences. Why did you choose Budhia Singh Born to Run? Why did you choose to back it?
I think you've answered your questions in a way, but I think I'm glad you asked the question, because whenever we've done unusual films, we've often been asked this question. People asked us, why did you do Bhag Milkha Bhag? Why did you do Mary Com? Why did you do Majhi? This is not the conventional cinema that, let's say, our industry is known to produce. So yes, so these films are very dear to us, because I think at the heart of these films is a great story. It's a great human story. And I think we all love a hero. And when the hero is very real, when the hero is someone who's living, breathing, and someone who's accessible, and best of all, a child like several children here, then I think it just becomes so much more inspiring. So I think this is a film with a great heart. It's a film which will touch your chord, and it's a film which will make you think as to how, as a nation, we have come to this position in sporting achievement, and it will make you question the kind of system we have in this country. So I think if a film touches you and it leaves you with a question, I think that to me is a good enough film and a great enough film.
Before I come to you, Manoj, I want to ask Mr. Gill, who was in Orissa at the time that Budhia Singh was running these marathons. You gave him great support. What was it that you saw in Budhia that you said, I have to back this boy?
There are two things. One, as CRPF head in Bhubaneswar and Odisha, I was committed to promote local culture and sports. That was one, official. When I joined in January there, when somebody told me, I think within a week, that there is a judo coach, he is a boy who runs 30 kilometers, 40 kilometers, and he is not getting tired. Believe me, I didn't believe it. So he said, no, you can call him here, you call to your office, call to your stadium, and he can go. I said, no, I will go. So I went to Branchi's place. It's a small place he has got. Met Budhia there and invited them next day to come to my stadium and let me have a try. Budhia ran, I thought he will run for 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers and will get tired and it's okay. He continued running. We got tired sitting there. And this man he ran about 30 kilometers that day.
Right.
And what Branchi told me, I believed it. Yes, this boy has something unusual, something exceptional in him, which can make him what we want to do. So, that day onward, Branchi Das, Budhia, I will not say me or I will say my department, we became one to promote Budhia and to help him. That's how the story started from there.
Wonderful. Manoj Bajpai, phenomenal performance we can make out from the trailer. You are the person really who, and the role that you essay of Biranchi Das, the coach of Budhia Singh, played an extremely important role in Budhia doing what he did. He dared him to dream, literally. He made him run. He saw the talent and he followed it. How crucial do you think this coach's role was?
As an actor or as a person?
Both.
Okay.
First as a person, when you analyze his role, and then as an actor when you performed it.
Okay, see, as a person, I feel it will be very difficult. See, I used to teach theatre in schools, and I used to find it quite challenging and quite demanding to communicate with the children when their energy is all over the place. The last thing that they want to hear is the instruction from you. So for a coach, I believe to train a 5-year-old is very difficult, because to direct him, to give him one direction, to put him in some kind of a discipline is something very challenging for a coach. For an actor, I always maintained a distance from Mayur, who is playing Budhia. At the same time, I was always available to him and all the children who were there in the film. Just trying to find the right balance between the actor and the real coach that I was playing, because I wanted these children to feel that I am a coach, on the set also, off the camera too. So I used to give away that much and not more, So all the time maintaining that, that image about myself was very difficult off the camera, because we were meeting for 45 days and behaving in a certain way with the children, not getting carried away by their, innocence, was quite a difficult task. I told my director also that, I don't want, please don't force me to behave and to make friends with them in the manner that you want me to be friends with them. Because I have my experience with working with children. And I just leave it to me that, I'll be doing everything right when it comes to dealing with them. And it worked. I mean, eventually, when you see the film, Mayur, till now, he comes and holds my hand. But at the same time, Mayur knows that he can't cross a line, So that's how Biranchi was with Budhia. Because that's the research that we've done. We've realized that, that's how Biranchi was with Budhia. He was father-like, he was mentor-like, he was guide-like, he was teacher-like, he was friend-like. But he never let him cross a boundary.
It's very interesting you say that, and I want to come to you, Sunil, because you're the captain of the Indian football team, and as the captain, you're also leading the boys, you're leading the team. And the reason why I ask you, why is that role crucial? Because there's several parents and teachers here, and the role they play in the development of the child also kind of juxtaposes with the role you play. How does that role come to you? How do you balance that, being the captain, a friend, and a coach all at the same time?
Good afternoon, everyone. खाना नहीं खाया क्या? Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, that's nice. I mean, when I was growing up, and when I used to look up to my seniors, the best thing that I realized was you see and you learn more than when you get lectured. So जब मैं छोटा था और कोई आके मुझे lecture देता था, मैं बहुत बोर हो जाता था, because you have just little span, and all the kids over here will understand that. So when I became a senior, when I became the captain, I thought, if I be a better professional, if I come on time, if I trust and respect my coaches, if I do the right things, eat the right stuff, sleep at the right time, and be a good example for my younger ones to see me, they will learn more than me calling them, Acha, aaja, baitho, let me lecture you, let me tell you what. Then you just tend not to get what exactly you should get. So as what I learned when I was young is to see and learn is what I try to give when I'm a senior. It's much more easier, especially in sports. Because in sports, you tend to lose that consideration very soon. So I try to be a better professional. I try to be a better example, and then I hope that kids are going to follow, and the pattern goes on. When they become senior, they'll have the same thing, and the cycle goes on. And I think that's the right way.
Interesting. Dr. Mukherjee, Sunil Chhetri raises a very important point that kids beyond a point can't listen to too much advice. But at the same time, in your experience as a child psychologist, do you feel that parents somehow, at times, live their own dreams through their children? They're trying to vicariously live through their children. Have you felt that? And how does a parent's pressure in that sense affect the child?
You are absolutely correct. As a matter of fact, most of the parents, they always want to live their dreams through their children. What they always wanted to do, or what they could not do. Somewhere they had the potential, especially ladies also, what they could have done in their life, but they could not do because of marriage or certain reasons. Even men for that matter, to earn money, they could not do certain things. So they always try to live their life through their children. Then my child should become this. But we need to understand one thing, that every child, like for example, is not a scholar. Every child may not be an athlete. Every child may not be a musician or a good dancer or a singer. The most important thing for children to be happy, these happy kids, everyone has to be happy, right? We all want to be happy. The most important objective. So to be happy, we need to allow them to find out their passion. Because in our life, the maximum time we spend, or 1/3 of our life, we are spending in something what we call vocation or work. To bring about survival, to earn money. Sometimes we don't enjoy it. If that part, 1/3, apart from 1/3 what we sleep, if that 1/3 we are able to enjoy to the fullest, you can just imagine a sportsman, the way he enjoys, or a musician, creating a music, or a painter, or anyone for that matter, an actor, acting, that's his soul, his spirit. So when you are doing what you love to do, and that is nothing like it, that is spiritual growth, I would say. In a small child also you can create that spirituality. So we need to help to find them, to help them to find out what is their passion, what is that they love to do, and then guide them, mold them. There is something called a format, 3F, what we call it.
Right.
But we will not go into that right now.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Perhaps the dreams of what their parents want them to do, or how difficult is it to really bring out what the child wants to do and allow them to nourish that, to further that dream.
Thank you, Maruk. First of all, I am very happy to have all of you here. The name of your films, Born to Run, is very well aligned with the motto of my school, which is Born for Greater Things. Okay, so in that context, thank you. And I think my boys and my teachers are also happy. To answer your question, Maruk, as a principal, and I think my staff will agree with me, that we are always trying to maintain that delicate balance between the security and the mental well-being of the child and the expectation of the parent. Okay? In this generation, maybe it's always been there, but since we are teachers in this particular generation, parental expectations are great. I don't know where the parents have set that standard. I mean, they have a hidden standard in their mind. Possibly it has come from something that happened, as doctor said, in their childhood. It could be something they have read. It could be something that they have seen. And unconsciously, they compare their child to that standard in their mind. Okay? The standard could be the neighbor's kid also. And because of that, they expect so much from their child. And each child, we believe, is uniquely different. And within those differences itself, there are variations. Like, for instance, we pride ourselves on being a sports school.
Right.
Children, we have superstars who play very good football, for instance. And a boy who's very good at football, there may be a day he's just off. And I've had parents on the sideline screaming, "You idiot, get your head into the game." Okay, now that's very sad. Okay, we can't say anything. This is what the parent wants. And this is with sports, this is with studies, this is with music, with everything. So I think...
And that's perhaps something that should change. Or
Should.
at least we hope that parents start listening to actually what the children
Absolutely.
want. And
Absolutely.
Manoj, I want to ask you this. You, like you mentioned, you researched the movie. There was a lot of research that went into what Budhia did and what happened to him and how he became this child prodigy and the world's youngest child marathon runner. Do you think if he had been in a different country, he would perhaps have been encouraged more? Do you feel that in India, our young talent is not given that kind of support from the system, from the state, from the government?
Yes, this has been the case, I think, since the time we've got independence. Somewhere we concentrated only on few areas like, doctors, engineers, and after that, we started forgetting that any other fields which exist, which can really, take your child forward mentally and emotionally. The place I come from, acting was considered the lowest of the job. Okay, and till the time I took the train for Delhi to study in Delhi University and do theatre, I didn't have the courage to say to my parents or to my friends that I want to become an actor. Because the only thing they were expecting me, the entire society wanted me to become was either doctor or engineer. So this is the society that we made for ourselves. That I so agree with ma'am. My daughter goes to school. The way we are treating our children is so criminal actually. I started calling today's children as trophy children. They can't do anything wrong. They should not have any freedom. They should always look good. They should be compared with the best which is there in parents' mind. So when I'm coming back to your question, when we talk about Make in India, this is also part of Make in India. Look at Chhetri. We are so proud of him. We have a sportsman, we are so proud of him. And I, as an Indian, I want to be proud of many such talents. I'm always looking for one. And Budhia, kind of a child in other country, would have been a legend by now, at the age of 14. He would have been written about, talked about, celebrated about. But this is the tragedy of our country, that we could not even celebrate that 5-year-old boy's ability. I'm not talking about his achievement. I'm talking about his ability and passion to nurture him, passion to protect him, protect his ability to go far. And this is sad. Budhia, and there are too many Budhias in this country. I have seen from my own eyes in my own small town, one cricketer, he was from my school. People used to say that, he's one of the best. At the age of 12, experts used to say that he's one of the best spinner. And where is he today? Because we stopped looking for talents, because we don't care for talents. We only want achievements, but we don't want the process.
Very interesting point that you made, that Make in India should be that we make these kind of talents, we make Olympians who hit gold at the Olympics. Sunil, 105 athletes in the Indian delegation going to the Olympics, thrice the number in the Chinese delegation. Does that upset you, the number and the parity?
This is a difficult one. Every time that I watch Olympics and we see the front runners like America and China, and I think, what do they do differently that we don't? So one of the main reasons is sports medicine. Number 2 is they take care of sports very well. Number 3 is they put a lot of infrastructure. But one of the most important reasons is they have a bigger pool to choose from. If you see America's population, if it is China's population, they have a bigger pool to choose talent from. And so do we. So when I sit and I think, all right, हमारे सारे चले गए Olympics में, and then we don't get as many medals as what they get, where are we going wrong? Then I ask myself, whichever talent that we have in our country, kids like Budhia and so many of them, are they getting the right coaching? Are they getting the basic coaching? Forget about luxury. Are they getting the basic coaching? Are they been monitored? Number 1, to trace them. You know what? Andaman में 2 बच्चे हैं, लक्षद्वीप में 3 हैं, वो cyclist है, वो footballer है, वो hockey वाला player है. Have we identified and are we giving them enough? Only the day when we identify all talent in sports, because we're talking about Olympic, and if we are giving them basic, I'm not even talking luxuries, basic amenities to train and to compete, and if after that we only come back with 7, 6, 8 medal, whatever, we can put our hands up and say, you know what, we tried our best, we gave best to everything possible in our country, and we take it. But right now we don't. I can speak over here and we all know this, we don't. So when we don't give everything that we can to all the talent, then there's no point, अरे यार छोड़ो, हम लोग को medal नहीं मिलने वाला, China को मिलेगा, या America को मिलेगा. So when we're not doing our homework, when we're not identifying those talents and not giving them basic amenities and infrastructure, we are not supposed to crib that we're not getting medals. Because we are 1.3 billion people, there is no way that we don't have talent in any sport. Forget about any sport, about anything in life. Actors, musicians, sports people, anything. There is no way that even God comes and tells me that there's a dearth of talent in my country. It is impossible. What we are lacking is finding the talent and giving the talent, he or she, basic amenities to perform well. Budhia was noticed what there, and I said there's only one Budhia that we have come across. There are so many Budhias in this country. So many of them. The spinner who had lost. I played a lot of football with a lot of kids who were better than me. Where are they? I don't even know. And they must be thinking, you know what? I was better than Chhetri. He is there as the national captain and I could have been better than him. Lost. And like that, we are losing hundreds of them every second. And that's a worry. I just hope in coming time we can rectify that. Because in no way, the kind of population that we have, the kind of talent we have, we should be where we are in sports.
Very, very important and significant points that you made. Finally, Ajit, I want to ask you, is that there is no dearth of talent, right? Isn't that why Budhia Singh Born to Run becomes that much more an important story for people to see?
Absolutely it does. And it's a pity that a legend, as Manoj pointed out, or somebody who would have been actually a legend in another country, virtually, will almost sort of need a different medium to tell a story. So at one level, that itself is a tragedy. But yes, I think given where we are as a nation, it's very important for us that this film reaches millions of people, because I think this film is saying so many things, And I think we are, as a society, as some of my co-panelists also sort of touched upon, are swinging to the other extreme now. So from a point of saying, let's make only doctors and engineers, now we are swinging where we are thinking, let's make only gold medalists and super achievers and trophy children, I think the film is saying something more profound. It's saying born to run. It could be born to sing. It could be born to do anything. So I think it's about setting people free, and let them do what they are born to do. Yeah, Manoj was born to act. Yeah, he was born to play football. So when are we going to let people do what they are born to do? And that country is really, truly a free country, And I think that message is very vital, and Bollywood and films, given that they are the vehicle of the popular narrative, and, they are the vehicle through which message goes out. I think I'm very, very confident that we still have a lot of hope, and we look forward that one day Budhia actually fulfills his dream, and if not, but in another Olympics, he makes that tryst with the destiny that is very, very due to him.
I think all the kids who are here are listening to that and saying that we should be born to be free to do what we really want to do. Those are the words, and I'm now going to open the floor for questions. We have a lot of parents as well as the media present here. I'm going to open the floor to questions from you.
Hello, hi. This is Mayur here from Cinestan.com. This is just another Mayur, I think, in the house. I've not come here in the capacity of a journalist here, but I've come here as an ordinary Indian who loves sports and who loves my fellow citizens. My question first to Manoj ji, and I would like Somendra ji to add to it. Since the last 11 hours, there is a tragic news of, not tragic though, but shocking news of Budhia Singh missing. He and his mother are not to be found. And firstly, I would like you all to make an appeal, if it is able to reach to him. And my question is, just reading about, entire thing about Budhia, I think while obviously we are going to love this film, it looks great. I think that today the question should be, what is the future of Budhia, rather than, praising about his past. And in your eyes, Manoj, Mr. Viranchi Das, unfortunately, he's not there with us today. There is also, obviously, there are critics, and who say that maybe Budhia was like a tire which was used way too early. The rubber is burnt out, and today he cannot even win a school race. And is it just the lack of facilities alone, or do you think maybe that he ran a bit too much in the past?
Could you just specifically ask one question that you want, and who is it directed towards?
It's for Mr. Manoj Bajpai. My question firstly is, I would like you to make an appeal for that Budhia is missing. He and his mother are missing. And my question is that shouldn't we be more concerned currently about Budhia Singh's future? You know, we all seen his past. You know, he's made us proud. And my second question is basically, is it just purely lack of facilities alone that that Budhia today he can't even win a school race in his school? Do you think he was a tire which burnt out too early?
I think I'll give it to Somendra to answer. He's the director and who's done all the research, and he's from Odisha, so he's in a better position to answer all your questions.
Yeah. Coming back to, first question was whether he should be running these distances or not. Like,
He's been missing. I would like you all to make an appeal.
Acha, Budhia Singh is missing, you're saying?
Yeah, he's been missing. It's all over the news.
Okay. I think he has been the pride of the state and the country, right? So I have also been reading the headlines. Budhia Singh is missing, he is escaping. He was born to run. He is not escapist. He is a fighter. He'll come back. So I think he has been, as reported by his sister, like he has been to his uncle's place. I think he deserves that kind of privacy and space, I guess, because sometimes the media doesn't give the space, the privacy of space, and he's not even 18. So let us give him that space, and he's a fighter. He'll come back. And he'll come back to Mumbai post third week for promotions. I think you can have all the answers for that. And coming back to whether he was burnt out. Now, here he is a destiny kid. Lewis Hamilton started that F1 racing at the age of 4. Jean Carlos started at the age of 6. Tiger Woods started at the age of 3. So what are you speaking about? I think spotting the talent and nurturing it for a long period of time, that is what we are trying to say, that he was born to run. You might argue about his coaching practices. And coming back to the point where he is not even able to run 100 meters. That is where we want to bring the point. Sprint and marathon are very separate yardsticks. You might be able to beat him in a, say, 5-kilometer race. Post 10 kilometer, you will start getting tired and he'll start beating you. So the problem is the lack of resource and understanding of what kind of training goes to different kind of sports. And I hope it answers your question.
But my question was, what do you think can this film do for Budhia, you know? Because he's currently, from what we've been reading, he's like in a very bad state.
He's 14. So to participate in Olympics, you have to be 18 and plus. So age is on his side. And since there is something in his body that makes him run these extraordinary distances, so I think it's a great time for Budhia to again come back. And once he's provided with all the facilities, I think he can come back. There's a lot of time. Age is on his side. 14 is not, he has not lost in his age. So I think 220, I think would be a right time for where he can target to reach the Olympics, given the right kind of resources. Yeah.
Hello, Manoj ji in center, yeah. Hi, this is Monica from Bollywood नज़र. मेरा सवाल आपसे ये है कि आप 2 बार नेशनल अवार्ड जीत चुके हैं, तो क्या थर्ड टाइम हम कह सकते हैं कि आप तैयार हैं जीतने के लिए?
इसके लिए?
हाँ.
ये लास्ट ईयर ही नेशनल मतलब सेंसर हुई थी फिल्म, इस बार नेशनल अवार्ड में थी, इस बार तो नहीं दिया मुझे, कोई दूसरी फिल्म के लिए मिल जाए तो पता नहीं, अब आगे देखिए, लेकिन फिल्म बहुत अच्छी बनी है, ये मेरे करियर की ये एक उच्चतम दर्जे की फिल्म है, और जब मेरी 5-10 फिल्में गिनी जाएंगी उसमें बुधिया सिंह का नाम ज़रूर आएगा.
हेलो, दिस इज़ रवि कुमार फ्रॉम बॉलीवुड हेल्पलाइन. सर, आपके बिल्कुल सामने आपने अभी भी कहा कि हम सभी को टैलेंट की तलाश तो बिल्कुल रहती नहीं है. दूसरी बात कि हमें सिर्फ विक्ट्री की तलाश रहती है, ट्रॉफी की तलाश रहती है, और प्रोसेस की ओर ध्यान नहीं दिया जाता. आपके हिसाब से प्रोसेस के दौरान ऐसे कौन से स्टेजेस हैं जिसकी वजह से अड़चनें आती है? क्योंकि हमने सुना है आपने भी कई स्ट्रगल किए हैं जब आप कॉलेज स्टेज में थे.
नहीं, मैंने ही नहीं, छेत्री साहब ने भी किया होगा. लेकिन देखिए, जो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की कमी जिसकी बता रहे थे ये, कि हमारे पास में पूल नहीं होता है. जैसे एक्चुअली मैं इन्हीं को दूंगा बोलने के लिए, क्योंकि ये ज़्यादा टेक्निकल और सारी साइंटिफिक चीज़ों के बारे में अच्छे बात कर रहे थे, जिससे मेरा भी काफ़ी ज्ञान बढ़ा था.
या प्लीज़.
To start with, if I tell you right now, there is a kid who is a very good actor and who is 15, you're going to go and cover it. None of the journalists are going to move from here. Why? Because Manoj Bajpai is sitting over here. and you don't care about that kid, none of you will move from here, trust me. This is just one of the things. When you're young and you haven't made it yet, everything around you doesn't support you as much as they should. If you're talking about countries who have done well in sports, the identification of the talent and nurturing the talent are the most important aspects of sports. In our country, sadly, we wait for somebody to become a hero, worship the hero, talk about his whole journey, only when he has become the hero. So imagine if somebody who has worked the same amount and couldn't be the hero, you will not want to talk about the person. अगर मैंने और मनोज सर ने साथ ही स्टार्ट किया था, मैं एक्टर नहीं बन पाया, आप में से कोई मुझे जानता भी नहीं है एज एन एक्टर. आज मैं मूवी में होता तो शायद आप मेरे बारे में बात कर रहे होते. Only when somebody becomes something in our nation we try to celebrate the person. And I'm not just blaming the media, it was just a reference. But it's very, very important when somebody is trying to become something, we have to give the person, he or she, adequate amount for him or her to achieve. I'll give you a small example. When I was young, my father was in army. So we had very limited budget. कि अगर इतना सैलरी आएगा तो यहाँ से यहाँ तक इतना, 15 तारीख तक थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम शुरू हो जाएगा, 20 तारीख तक कुछ मांगना ही मत, 25 तारीख तक बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम और 5 दिन फिर प्रे करना है कि कब नेक्स्ट सैलरी आएगी. So at that time, and I'm sure a lot of people over here have the same problem. So उस वक्त मैं अगर अपने डैड को बोलूँ, डैड मेरे जूते फट गए, I need new studs, I know what's going to happen in the house. He might do it, but I know how much problem my house is going to have. So I have to stitch my shoes and play with the same shoes. So when I was growing up, I couldn't afford shoes, and I had to stitch my shoes every time to play. Now, for the last 9 years, I'm Nike sponsored. I get every boot that I want. I have 30 boots every time they send me. But today, I can afford it. Today, if I want, I can buy Nike. But today, they send me everything that I want. It's just a small example of how things can be a little bit different. If at every stage, we have a proper way of supporting the kids who not only play sports, but in every sphere of our life, things would be so much different. It will be so much different.
I'll support what Sunil said. Why are we talking about Budhia? Why there is a movie on him? Nobody knew him, nobody bothered about him till he was nobody. So, what Chhetri said, things come to you automatically when you become something. Budhia came to limelight, then everything came to him. Right up to making a movie on him. So, there is no systematic. When you need it, you don't get it, unfortunately. That is a system which needs to change. That's it. Thank you.
I know मैं आप सबको बोर कर रहा हूँ, but 2 minutes और. Because we're talking about parents, and I'm sure there are a lot of parents over here, even teachers are parents. Please do not stop your kid from coming to you and expressing what he or she wants. वो जो भी बोलता है उसको आप बोलो नहीं ये सही नहीं है, वो दूसरी बात है. But we all should be open enough for our kid to come and tell us कि mom, dad, this is what I want. उसके बाद you can discuss and say, you know what, this is not right, this is not wrong, this is not right. But if your kid cannot tell you what he wants or she wants, then trust me, we are failing as parent. अगर एक बच्चा आपको आके ये नहीं बोल सकता कि माँ या डैड मुझे ये चाहिए या मुझे ये बनना है या मुझे ये खेलना है, then there is something really wrong with our parenting. अगर उसने बहुत ही बेवकूफ़ चीज़ मांग ली और आपने उसको समझाया कि नहीं ये ठीक नहीं है, ऐसा करना चाहिए, that's a secondary thing. But अगर वो आपके पास आके ये नहीं बोल सकता या नहीं बोल सकती कि मेरे को ये करना है, then there's something really wrong, because whatever the kid wants, अगर आप उस बच्चे को जाके देखोगे खेलते हुए, म्यूजिक बजाते हुए या जो भी करते हुए, एक्टिंग करते हुए, you will see how happy the kid is, how tremendously happy a kid is. When I was young, I was going through this phase where I wanted to be a Shah Rukh Khan, a Tendulkar, a Leander Pace, a Baichung Bhutia, because all kids, जितने बच्चे यहाँ पर हैं, we all go through this phase where we want to become everything. But I had the freedom to go and talk to my mom and dad, and they were absolutely genuine to hear me. They gave me their advices, and that's why I was a very confident kid. So all the parents, please do not shut your kids down. अगर वो बेवकूफ़ से बेवकूफ़ भी बातें कर रहे हैं, listen to them, talk it out. If your kid cannot come and talk to you, there's something really wrong. I hope I made a sense.
Absolutely.
Okay.
मनोज सर, मेरा सवाल आपसे है. क्या आपको नहीं लगता कि इंडिया में खास तौर से क्रिकेट जो है बहुत अति ग्लोरीफाइड स्पोर्ट्स है और उसकी वजह से बाकी स्पोर्ट्स जो हैं वो ऊपर नहीं आ पाते, क्योंकि इतना पैसा, इतना ग्लैमर है क्रिकेट में, हर माँ बाप अपने बच्चों को क्रिकेटर के तौर पर ही देखना चाहता है और सिस्टम भी बाकी स्पोर्ट्स को सपोर्ट नहीं करता। तो आपकी क्या राय है जो ये दयनीय स्थिति है भारत में स्पोर्ट्स की?
नहीं, बिल्कुल, और ये इस पे बहस पता नहीं कितने साल से चल रही है। एक हमारे पास में एक गेम था, हुआ करता था हॉकी, वो भी जो है धीरे धीरे बहुत पीछे चला गया। और मेरे ख्याल से सारे के सारे स्पोर्ट्स हर तरीके से गवर्नमेंट का सपोर्ट, लोकल अथॉरिटी का सपोर्ट मांगते हैं। जब वो सपोर्ट मिलता नहीं है, जब वो बॉडीज़ सपोर्ट नहीं करती हैं, जब वो बॉडीज़ ऑर्गेनाइज नहीं होती हैं, तो चीज़ें जो है कहीं पहुंचती नहीं हैं। और क्रिकेट, इसीलिए क्रिकेट की जो बॉडी है वो सारे बॉडी से सबसे बेहतर है। वो सब कुछ होते हुए भी वो बॉडीज़ जो है इवेंचुअली क्रिकेट पे ध्यान देती है। सारे बॉडीज़ जितने भी हमारे खेल के हैं वो उतने अच्छे नहीं हैं, उतने प्रोफेशनल नहीं हैं। ना वो ना फुटबॉल या फुटबॉलर पे उतना ध्यान दे पाते हैं। शायद इसकी वजह से बाकी स्पोर्ट्स आगे नहीं आ पाए।
एक सवाल और मेरा कि जब आप इस फिल्म में काम कर रहे थे बुधिया में, तो सबसे डिफिकल्ट पार्ट आपके लिए क्या था काम करते वक्त? और वो एक कोई घटना ऐसी जो आपको दिल को छू गई हो शूटिंग करने के दौरान?
सबसे डिफिकल्ट पार्ट ये था कि ये जो मैं बिरंची दास का रोल कर रहा हूँ वो जूडो कोच थे, और इन्होंने कहा कि 7 दिन में जूडो सीख के दिखाइए। तो मैंने इनसे कहा कि पहले ये बताइए कि कितने जूडो को शॉट्स हैं, उसके हिसाब से 7 डेज बेसिक कोचिंग जो मेरी हुई उसमें मैं डरा हुआ था कि कहीं हड्डी पसली मेरी टूट ना जाए, ताकि इनकी शूटिंग रुक जाएगी फिर। तो 7-8 दिन जो था वो मेरे लिए बहुत ही, मैं हमेशा जूडो की ट्रेनिंग में बहुत डरते हुए जाता था। बाकी रनिंग, कीपिंग फिट, फिटनेस, डिसिप्लिन, ये सब मेरे अंदर में बहुत ज़्यादा है, और मेरे ख्याल से आजकल के सारे एक्टर्स में है, तो उसकी कभी चिंता नहीं हुई मुझे रनिंग को लेकर के।
सुनील, आपसे एक सवाल है। पिछले कई सालों में फुटबॉल जो है काफ़ी उभर कर आया है गेम, और काफ़ी लोग इंटरेस्ट दिखाने लगे हैं। आपको कभी ऐसा लगता है कि फुटबॉल क्रिकेट की बराबरी कर पाएगा इंडिया में, जिस तरह से लोग इंटरेस्ट दिखा रहे हैं आजकल के बच्चे?
सर, पहले तो मैं बहुत खुश हूँ कि क्रिकेट इतना अच्छा करता है हमारी कंट्री में। आई फील वेरी हैप्पी व्हेन धोनी एंड विराट दे विन टूर्नामेंट्स एंड मैचेस। मुद्दा ये नहीं कि हमें कम्पीट करना है क्रिकेट से, मुद्दा ये है कि हमें हर एक स्पोर्ट्स में अच्छा होना है। क्रिकेट नाम कमाए और नाम कमाए और बढ़ाओ और भी बढ़ाओ। When we say that we are world champions in cricket, it makes me very happy. You know, when a lander wears a blue t-shirt and wins tournament, I become happy. When a Saina Nehwal wins a tournament, I become happy. We all become happy. So it doesn't matter कि कोई अच्छा कर रहा है वो नीचे आ जाए और हम ऊपर जाए, कोई फायदा नहीं है ना, क्योंकि वो तो किसी और कंट्री को नहीं रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं। So the more big the cricket becomes, the better for us. But because we are 1.3 billion people, we can definitely be better in a lot of other sports also. Or we're talking about government's help. I think we all need to help. When I sit and think कि यार फेडरेशन हेल्प नहीं कर रहा, मीडिया नहीं आती मैच देखने के लिए, टीवी पे नहीं आ रहा सब मैचेस, फैंस नहीं आते, you know, we can keep going on for this. But the only reason how we can improve is doing our own job. So मैं सोचता हूँ कि जितना हो सके मैं अपने आप को बेहतर कर सकूँ. Media will support, the federation will help, the government will come in, fans will come in, and we all make right approach to everything, and all the sports in our country will do well. But not in the cost of cricket coming down. We have to have a nation which does well in all the sports.
एक आखिरी सवाल, यूरो कप चल रहा है, आपको क्या लगता है कौन जीतेगा फाइनल?
मनोज जी कह रहे हैं जिनको जीतना था वो हार गया, शायद जर्मनी सपोर्ट कर रहे थे. If I have to choose, then I will choose France, because they are playing at home, and on paper they are better as a team, and also because the strikers are in great form. You know, Griezmann got 5 goals, Giroud is in goals, Payet has scored, so they look more refined as a team than Portugal. So if I have to choose, then I'll put my money on France.
Thank you.
Hi, Manoj sir here, Justin. Manoj sir, you feel perhaps Bollywood should make more films based on sports personality? Sure, there has been a Sultan and a Dangal coming up, but you feel we should have more films which highlight the achievements of sports personality so that the message goes wider?
See, there is no rule for making films, or it shouldn't be must or should. It should come out, you know, of a director's passion, or, you know, if he really wants to tell the story so badly, you know, he just goes there and, you know, tells it. Like Rakesh Mehra for Milkha Singh, Viacom, and so many other films which has been made. Now Dhoni is coming. You know, Budhia Singh happened only because of our director's, zeal or his passion for Biranchi Das and Budhia Singh. I mean, when you talk to him, you realize that he really feels that Budhia Singh and Biranchi Das were, gold for Odisha and that they were nation pride. So he was dying to, tell this story. So when a director is dying to, say his story, write his story, and that is when the film happens.
Okay, one last question, please.
Yeah, hi. My question is to Anna ma'am, the principal. I just needed to ask, as a principal, how do you find the education system in our country actually, Because till the time a student who crosses 10th and then like have to go in college, they're really not able to decide like what has to be taken. Science, commerce, what is it like? So do you feel that there are certain things where the education system also lacks actually, in building up a career of a student?
I don't think that there is anything basically wrong in our system because our kids seem to do very well both in India and abroad. However, there are certain drawbacks to the system. For instance, ideally we should have a common board right across the country because we have multiple boards and multiple systems, CBSE, ICSE, state board. There is a little confusion post-school level. In spite of that, Indian children do very well, as I said, at university level in India and in the international sphere. So I don't really think there is anything really major lacking in our system.
I think we've discussed some extremely important points. I want to thank all the panelists, and I would request Ajit, Manoj and Sunil to stay on stage because we have a very special anthem, a song which is called the Born to Run anthem that we want to play for all of you, especially the kids. But before that, a very, very special guest is going to join us on stage. Little Budhia Singh, the boy who's played the role of Budhia. Mayur, please come on stage. If the three of you could stay on stage, you can wave to them.
Boys, all the boys in the audience at the back, may I have your attention, please? The boys in the audience at the back. May I have the attention of all the boys in the audience at the back? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I'd like you to talk about Born to Run, the anthem for Budhia Singh.
No, I think the anthem is really something which celebrates the spirit of this boy, Budhia. The spirit that we see most when we are excited to do something that we do of our own choosing. So therefore, you will see and sense a kind of, a spirit to go up, do stuff that you want to do, and go on and achieve what you want to achieve. So here is it for you, and I'm sure you will love it. So Budhia Singh, Born to Run, the anthem.